Well, the Bahamas adventure's come to an end. After 5 months sailing around the Bahamas, the boat is for sale in Florida, and we decided to live in Spain for a year or so. A land full of history and culture, brimming with forts and palaces built by the Romans, the conquering Moors and the reconquering Christians.
We've rented an apartment in the Andalusian region of Spain, famous for flamenco dancing, well known for exotic foods and specializing in seafood. An area that is blessed with many golf courses and beaches around every corner.
The first thing we need to do is buy a left-hand drive car so we can drive to Spain and use it there. Our plan is to spend about a week exploring the champagne and wine regions of France and Spain, getting as many tastings as possible.
That'll do nicely.
Before leaving England, we decided to spend some time catching up with family and experiencing the English countryside and pubs.
Blackberries. 3. The odd bug. Morning.
Not many people know that there are more canals in Birmingham than Venice. While strolling the canals, we came across longboats, and one of them let Lee get in on the act and help get the boat down to the next level.
Get your back into it. You broke it.
Use your back, your bum. You get more strength that way.
There you go.
It was time to head back to the pub for a well-deserved drink. When we first arrived, we had noticed a field of horses, so our plan is to steal sugar cubes from the pub so we can feed them.
So pretty.
After saying goodbye to the horses and the English pubs, it was time to think about heading to France.
We are on the road in our little car, packed full of stuff. We left Kenilworth, Ed's Paul's sister and brother-in-law's house, and that was 5 a.m. So we're a little wrecked looking, but it's finally getting light. We made it around London and heading for the Chunnel.
The Chunnel goes under the English Channel. You drive your car onto the train in England and come out in France 35 minutes later.
You're a star!
I'm a star again. I think see myself on YouTube.
Yeah, well.
Ladies and gentlemen, we shall be arriving shortly. Please return to your vehicle.
Our first stop in France is Epernay, just southeast of Paris. This is the Champagne region of France and where our favourite champagne is made, Moet and Chandon. We have booked a tour of the cellars and some tastings.
Grab a bottle. Can you fit it in your handbag? What? Cheers. Not a bad tour, right?
After Moe and Shandon, it was back to our hotel for yet another tasting of local champagnes.
Cheers.
After sleeping off the champagne tastings, it was time to head west to the Loire Valley, famous for their Sauvignon Blancs. For this stop, we have booked a quaint bed and breakfast in the city of Saumur.
Bonjour. Ah. Merci. So we're in Saumur in the Loire Valley. We have a wine tasting at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's 9:30, so beautiful place.
Loire River? Is that what this is?
Yep. Beautiful little town.
We ate down there last night.
In Le Pub.
Paul's been speaking French.
Un peu.
The first winery we went to was Bouvet-Ladebay. There was the usual cellar tour and wine tasting, but the really cool thing was that you were able to walk into the vineyards and pick the grapes and actually eat them as well.
We got our wine.
Loire Valley. This is the winery, Bouvet-Ladebay, or something, or something close to that.
After the Loire Valley, it was off to our final French stop, Bordeaux. We had booked 2 nights in Château La France. This place was awesome. It was here that we both found the biggest cock that we'd ever seen.
The grounds were just lovely in this refurbished 17th century chateau. Each room has its own patio. There's also a jacuzzi and sauna overlooking the gorgeous view of the vineyards.
Cheers, baby.
Cheers.
It's very artistic.
We spent a day at the Bordeaux Wine Museum. This is an interactive museum where you sample smells and colors and are taught about different wine pairings.
I love the raspberry one.
Raspberries, incense.
Smell the
coffee.
dusty old books.
No, I'm not going to do that one again. The licorice is nice, though.
Licorice is really good.
Plus ordinaire pour finir par les plus. Vous connaissez le sport favori des Français? Le baseball.
After the wine museum, there was the obligatory wine tasting.
On our last day in Bordeaux, we had time for people watching and a cocktail on the river before our river cruise.
Cheers.
Enjoying Bordeaux.
Pour faire ce petit village pour cette croisière, nous avons Hugues comme capitaine aujourd'hui. C'est a small boat with the... Les architectes ont voulu...
So it's time to leave Bordeaux and continue our journey south into Spain. We can see the Pyrenees on the horizon, which separates France from Spain. Next stop, Spain.